We'll make it work.
All right, Bentai's already here.
Bye.
Usu's still up there. That's good.
I'm part of your eye.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can keep Usu up
We
here.
all seem a little squashed,
Yeah.
but that's okay. We're
Yeah,
not birds.
Just a little squeezed.
All right. Modbot, you're not allowed to be in front of the birds. That's
I
illegal.
understand. Yep.
It's fine. You scare the birds a little bit. It's okay. It happens.
All right, I see 3 of you. Where'd Ira go? Oh no, it's already playing. It's playing the video automatically because I didn't turn it off.
It's
Oh,
okay.
It didn't copy Ira because he wasn't in the reactive images with it. I don't think Dre was either.
Oh, well.
Easy enough fix at least.
Easy enough fix.
Yeah.
I knew this is gonna happen since I started streaming before we were actually doing stuff.
One left, and I only found it because I had to dig through my freezer. Actually,
congratulations,
I don't think I
though.
hear my freezer froze. My freezer closed. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, I should actually probably properly introduce everybody here to the audience. So, well, I guess we'll say welcome to Carly's Twigs Bird of the Day. This is our October 1st stream, and by that I mean our first October stream. It's actually the 2nd, I think. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I am joined today for this Bird of the Day by, well, up on top there, you see Uski. She's bat. On the bottom left there, the handsome Raven over there. That's Dre Frake.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Y'all know that next person there. I mean, if you watch my channel, you know that next person. That's Bentai.
Move.
And
Who is Thorin?
To the right of Bentai, we have Lona Miora's personal assistant robot, the good old
Hello.
Modbot. Yeah, some might remember him. He was very good referee at the Fall Guys tournament. We love him.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, we have Ira. I think Ira's been on my channel once before. I know we played Uno together. That was good
We
times
did,
playing
yes.
Uno is
Ira
fun.
Banks?
Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks is not here. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it. But you know,
she sent her best though. Yeah.
her best. I'm not her best. What? I'm not sure, but
I don't know.
Her
just
best
the-
best
something.
something.
Yeah.
Her best pose.
her best
There you go.
pose. Yeah. Okay, so I guess you
You
might as
better
well get
work.
started on this bird of the day. So, I mean, it's October. We got to do birds that are just a little bit spooky. And there's one particular order of birds that is the spookiest order of birds. In fact, the order is called strigiforms. And strigiforms is kind of means like witch birds.
Hmm.
And what bird am I talking about? Well, of course, you're talking about owls. A witch owl. We're going to talk about some of North America's tiniest little owls. We're talking about the eastern screech owl.
Ooh.
Well, I just love their 1,000-yard
Fuzzy
stare.
guy. How you
He's so
doing, buddy?
cute. He's so cute.
Why do
Yeah.
they look like my cousin?
Because your cousin is an owl?
That's not possible. I'm a raven. We hate each other.
So it's impossible owl?
It's impossible.
Oh.
I'm
Ooh,
sorry.
this bird.
Ooh.
It looks like a teddy bear. It's got teddy bear eyes.
They are super cute.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mhm.
Hey, wow, hug it.
owls are pretty darn cute. I mean, they got those big, cute eyes. I mean, they honestly, their eyes do look like fake, plush doll eyes. It's
I'm glad I'm a very large bat because those eat me. That's very scary.
yeah, eastern screech owls. It's
Hi.
oh, there's a Millie just popping up right in the
Hi,
middle.
Millie.
Hi. I was having a snack. My bad.
Guys,
Millie,
we need to
Millie,
stress
looking
that
at
owls
your
do not
looking
come
at
in
your
this form.
PNG, you are a snack.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
All right,
Not
I'm
for
just
the
gonna
owl.
I'm just gonna put you here between Ira and Modbot.
Okay. What's that other thing?
That's a Bentai.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's a
I-
Bentai. He's got a jack-o'-lantern skull on. And
Oh.
then we got Dre Frey.
I think she was
Okay.
talking about the ghost.
Oh, the ghost. Yeah.
No, I was talking about Bentai. I was
Okay.
like, there's like
Yeah.
an orangutan
wait.
in here.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, yeah,
Millie. Millie, you got a
Hello,
mask
Millie.
on now.
I'm a spoopy booby.
You're a spoopy movie. There we go. We all love it. So yeah, we're
It's
talking
a
about
booby, guys.
Eastern
Booby.
screech owl. Now, screech owls, what I was interested to find out, are actually an entire genus of owls. Let's go on to the next page there.
So you're
So,
trying to tell me that evolution decided, you know what, we're gonna let these screechy little bastards continue?
yeah, pretty much. So, why are they called Eastern Screech Owls? Well, as you can see, they're like, we like this whole United States area, but those Rocky Mountains seem kind of scary, so we're not gonna go over them.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Those are scary mountains.
Yeah, so the Eastern Screech Owl lives in pretty much central and eastern United States, and, you know, that little bit of Canada where people actually live. Like, okay, you see that little purple bit of Canada that it's in? That's probably like 80% of Canada's population.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And then, yep, they will go down into the northern bits of Mexico there, but as you can see, it's... now, there is a Western Screech Owl, and guess what? They live on the western side of the United States and Canada.
No.
I know,
Oh,
it's
that's
unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I can't. Yeah.
But population-wise, the Eastern Screech Owl is the most populous of all the Screech Owls, which is every species of owl in the genus Megascops, which I don't think they're Megaheads. I really hope not, but
Oh boy.
yeah.
I was also about to ask, do East and West Screech Owls get into turf wars?
they do, yeah.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. There's I was gonna get into that a little bit. But as far as owls go, these guys are real small. Only 7.5 to 9.5 inches long. That's pretty small for an owl.
It really
These
is.
are little tiny
It's
hooters.
bordering pygmy owl level.
I mean, these are A-cup hooters. Just telling you that, guys.
Yeah. But they're still
Oof.
valid. They're still good hooters though.
But believe it or not, their wings are more than twice as long as their body length. They got a big wingspan, 18 to 24 inches.
yeah,
What?
I'm
As
doing,
big as me.
yeah, I'm doing the look here. That's pretty damn huge.
Yep,
Wow.
and they only weigh about 5 to 7 ounces, so not even a pound. So they're very, very lightweight birds. Like, their feathers, very poofy. There's not a whole lot of meat to these guys. There's a lot of poof feather that... And the females, as typical with owls, are about 15% bigger than the males. And, you know, they have about a crow-sized lifespan, 8 to 10 years. Oldest ever was in captivity, and he lived up to 13 years. So, you know, pretty typical for a bird their size. Not too bad. They could live a little longer. I mean, they're about the size of some parrots, live like 80 years. So, come on, guys, step it up. Now, as you can see, on this page, you see these ones that have those big crest-horned ear type things. And on this page, he doesn't have it. Well, they both have it. It's just that they're, like, retractable. And they'll put them down when they're just kind of relaxing and calm. But when they're hunting or, you know, fear that there might be predators nearby, they spike up because it increases their hearing ability. And so it's like they want to be able to hear all the little rodents they want to catch. But also, because they're kind of small for the size of owls, they got predators.
So they get an erection.
They get an erection when they're fearful. Yes.
I like to think that it's kind of like a superhero kind of thing. Like I'm in kill mode now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You can't recognize them.
Yeah. Their ear flaps are down, and then they do a magical girl transformation, and then they're up. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So, for their breeding, they are monogamous for most of their life. They'll pick a partner, and they'll stick with that partner for a couple seasons, and then they'll usually find somebody else. It's really rare that they'll mate for life, unless, you know, one of them dies at like age 5. Then you know, that happens. But during one season, they pick a mate in spring, and so they pick a mate in spring. They stick with that mate for the entire mating season, and they just found that they're more likely to pick a partner that they've had before than, but, you know, it doesn't mean it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
They like small enclosed places for their nests, and so, you know, hollows of trees. But humans have found that if they build little boxes that are the right size for them to get into, they really love those boxes, especially if they're high up and, you know, with holes just small enough for them to get inside, but nothing bigger. And interestingly, they have 1 to 6 eggs per clutch. Sometimes only 1, but sometimes up to 6. But, you know, for the most part, you're usually only going to get 2 or 3 that are going to survive to adulthood. Like, the average is like 2 per season that become adults. But, you know, it's a scary world out there for a small bird.
Is there a reason for that besides just?
Nature is fucking brutal.
Okay,
They
I
get
didn't know if
eaten.
like if they
Yeah.
had a predator that would come and eat their young.
They do. Falcons, hawks, eagles, pretty much any, even other species of owl, like a great horned owl will eat a screech owl. Yeah, I know, it's fucked up.
That's not fucked up. That's nature.
I know, but it seems
I-
wrong to eat
I would
another
eat you.
Aw.
Moving on. Females do most of the incubating, and so most of the time the female's going to sit there and keep the eggs protected, and the male's going to go hunting, and he's going to bring back food for her. Yeah, it's super nice of him. But sometimes he'll take over. You know, sometimes he's just like, honey, I've been here all day. I got to go out and meet the girls. And he'll be like, okay, I'll watch the eggs for a bit. But he only does it a little bit because, you know, he's kind of a douche and believes in patriarchal, you know, gender roles. But
Awful.
yeah, what can you
awful.
do? It's owls. But once
Yeah.
the babies are born, the males do help feed the babies, and so they'll go and they'll, you know, it's kind of like he did to the female when she was incubating. He'll come and he'll bring food, and they'll both go hunt and bring food to the nest. But usually the male does most of that, while the female stands there and protects him, because you know it's scary. Oh, looks like we gotta have Rodney here. Okay,
Uh-oh.
now we got Rodney.
Hi, Rodney. Good to see you too.
Yeah. Okay. So, the western screech owl and the eastern screech owl are debatably different species, but they've said that there is enough genetic difference and issues with like their offspring not being fertile that they are a different species. But boy, visually, if you're in that area where they're overlap, it's pretty much impossible to tell at a distance if it's an eastern or western screech owl. They look very, very similar. But they are
That seems screechiest or screechest.
screech.
Do they know each other by their gang signs?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, most western screech owls are Crips. Most it's eastern are Bloods. You know, it's western.
Oh.
You know, there's West
Latin
Coast Crip,
kings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's I guess we get the
No,
overlap in
that'd
the
be
middle
that'd
there.
be the Mexican screech owl.
Right.
I thought that would have been MS-13.
Now we're getting really obscure.
Now that
with the
Windows
game
11,
references.
so Microsoft makes Windows 10 and 11. So in two more operating systems, they should call it MS-13.
I was thinking of
Microsoft 13.
MSTK, Master Pancake, or not
Yeah.
Master Pancake. Yeah, never mind. Ignore me.
I want Master Pancake.
I
That sounds
want
awesome.
to know more about this thing called a master pancake.
Well, we got to learn more about this thing called the Eastern Screech Owl.
Yes.
Well,
They are almost entirely nocturnal, so you're only going to see them around sunrise and sunset, or you know, if you have night vision goggles. I mean, they say aren't all owls nocturnal? No, they're not all nocturnal. Some of them hunt during the day. Burrowing owls hunt during the day, but you know, it's pretty typical of owls. Now, these guys are going to be pretty much solitary. Basically, when they're making babies and raising babies, they'll pair up. But for the rest of the year, they're going to be solitary, although sometimes they'll pair up in especially cold, wintry areas, just because, you know, easier to survive when you got a warm body to huddle up to. So the further north you find them, the more likely they are to be in pairs in the winter. Rest of the season, they prefer just kind of chilling on their own. They don't migrate either. So like the ones that live up in northern United States and Canada, when winter hits, they're just like, well, I'm just gonna make my roost as warm and comfy as I can. And luckily, with their exceptional hearing, they can still their diet in the wintertime is like they can hear mice under the snow, and they can like dive down and grab like a little mouse that's tunneling through. Their hearing is that good.
it's hard. It's a ho ho.
Well, why are they called screech owls? Well, because they don't do the deep hoo hoo that you normally would hear. And in fact,
Uh-oh.
I got a display of what sound they make.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ready. Look at the little fuzz bucket.
Yeah, it's kind of a haunting little twilly sound. I hope y'all can hear it through the Discord share.
Oh, I'm not watching you on Discord. I'm watching you on.
I got it on the stream. Yeah, we're good.
I could hear you just fine on the disc, like on the screen share, but I have it muted so I don't have you doubled.
Yeah, you don't double me.
Yeah.
But if you're listening
whole
carefully,
thing.
you heard a crow calling in the background there. Yeah, what a cute little guy. I think they're cute little guys. But yeah, they're you see that one was more reddish. Like their feathers can go from reddish to brownish to gray, and it really just depends on where they live. And it's just almost kind of a. I mean, there are a bunch of subspecies, and some of the subspecies are meant, they're a little bit more likely to have one color than the other. But they have a really broad range of colors for a single species of bird, and I think that's pretty neat. Express yourself. Yeah. Now, a lot of owls are very good at gliding down and doing long, sustained flights. Now these guys, they ain't gliders; they're flappers. They flap their wings very rapidly. They got big wings, and they actually have a bit louder of a flight than most other owls do. But that's still pretty quiet. They're still pretty quiet flyers. I mean, owls are just quiet flyers.
I'm surprised that it would actually not be gliders. They have such a large wingspan versus their body size.
Yeah, it's quite surprising, but they tend to sit up on a perch and then they'll just do quick few flaps and get really quick and pick up speed very quickly and nab their prey. They're very good at that. But they are, like I said, they are also a prey species because there's bigger birds that would sure love to get their hands on one of these guys. They do this cool thing where they squeeze their feathers in and make themselves seem real thin, and then they'll like hang up by a branch, and then as the branches sway, they'll like sway along with it to make it look like they're part of the branch. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. Yeah.
And then
Do you have a video of that?
Unfortunately, I don't. I looked.
That reminds me of like what chameleons do when they just like their little weird walk, which is supposed to simulate like a branch moving in the wind.
Yeah.
Like that thing.
Look like plants, people. Helps you stay alive.
Oh, well, everybody's heard.
We got a raid. We got a raid. Puzzle Robots has done a raid. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Well, welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping in. Thank you, Puzzled Robots. I really appreciate the raid. Yeah, we really appreciate that. Thanks for the chat, Trekkie Gal, Cool 88. Good to see you here. We're doing my Bird of the Day segment right now, and we're talking about the Eastern Screech Owl. And we were talking about how cool they are, how they're nice, small little owls. They don't really hoot. They, kind of make a twilly sound. Not too screechy. Actually, barn owls are the biggest screechers now that I know. Think of it. But yeah, they got good defense mechanisms, good hunters. They're just an all-around pretty cool bird. So we're just going to go to the last screen now because we're just wrapping this up. So my thoughts on the Eastern Screech Owl. I love these guys. I'm a fan of owls in general. I think, oh, hi, Shannon, and I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you here.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, the Eastern Screech Owl, one of my favorite owls. Why? Because these guys don't hunt crows. Unlike their much larger cousins, the Great Horned Owl. Thanks for the follow, Puzzled Robots. I don't think I've ever been raided by somebody who hasn't been following me, but hey, it works out for me. Yeah, it's pretty great. But yeah, you brought the people here. Well, thank you, Shanana. Thank you so much, everybody who come here. We're so glad to see you here. I got a bunch of friends with me today, and we're about to play some Pummel Party. It's gonna be great. But what are y'all thoughts on the Eastern Screech Owl?
I'd eat one.
Yeah, I need two. I want a pair of Hooters.
I don't think they are very tasty in terms of meat. They're all feather and no muscle, and they do a lot of fly. I think they'd have very tough, gamey meat. I don't think they'd be that tasty.
He looks horrified that anyone would even consider eating him. Look at
I'd
his
eat a rabbit.
face.
I would
He's
eat an
looking into
owl.
my soul right now,
I
and
just
he
want
has
some
seen
buddies.
what I have done.
Actually, he's probably looking at Millie Moth because I'm pretty sure a moth is one of his favorite snacks.
No, bats are. Bats are owl's favorite.
Yeah, bats are delicious, okay? God.
Yeah.
Not that I would know.
I mean, like they love rodents, and why not rodents with wings? You can get that wing sauce. Makes sense.
No.
That means I have to get up at a certain time of day to hunt them, and it's too much effort.
Yeah,
They're awake at the same times.
Yeah,
I'd rather,
it's
rather
not
be
the same.
asleep.
One's harder to hit.
I just want to have
Look,
a
I'm
pet
half
and just
blind,
hang out with her. That's
alright?
all. It's okay.
Can I hug him?
Yeah, I just want to hug him. Yeah,
Hug a bird.
yeah.
Birds are good.
That feels like some kind of government like promotional thing. Hug a bird,
Yeah.
save a tree.
Yeah, Puzzled Robots mentioning how they have cute legs. They really do. Like you see some great videos of people like lifting up the feathers underneath, and their legs are like surprisingly long and skinny and feathered.
Half their body becomes their legs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
will
owls
say,
are.
A
sorry,
wet
go ahead.
owl looks pretty funny.
Yeah, especially when it's a baby, because then you have
Yeah.
a moist owlet.
Heh.
Eh. Well, I think that's all we have to say about the bird of the day today.
I think so.
Yeah, the Eastern Screech Owl. Pretty cool bird. We obviously love owls. Very spooky bird. Good way to start off the month of October. But boy, I got some good spooky birds coming up the rest of this month. But I mean, all the really great spooky birds I did last year. But you know, whatever. We got some good ones this year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, if you want to do a joke bird, you could always do Mume.
I mean,
She's technically an owl, I think.
What about
Yeah.
Subaru? She's a duck.
Oh yeah, Subaru's a
Oh,
duck.
there we go. Yeah.
Subaru is a duck. I
yeah,
forgot.
and Kiara's a phoenix. That one Indonesian woman is a bird,
Avolia.
Raina's a peafowl. Yeah, she's a peafowl. So
which is kind of funny because she has the coloration that only males of this species have.
Are you being sexist right now?
no, she just likes to be flashy. She just likes to be flashy. She doesn't need to be flashy to attract a mate. She just likes being flashy
Listen,
because she likes to
I'm
clothes.
I'm just saying there have been many documented cases of females of species taking on male traits.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
She beat up a male and stole his feathers.
Yep. That's what I would do.
As one does,
Yeah.
yes.
There's now a naked peacock just wandering around, shivering.
I don't want to think about naked peacocks. It's just too much of a phrase.
Uncircumcised peacocks.
All right, we're calling this bird of the day done.
Very circumcised.